rest in natural great peace this exhausted mind, beaten helplessly by karma and neurotic thought, like the relentless fury of the pounding waves in the infinite ocean of samsara. One of the very early practices the Buddha taught the monks or followers was breathing meditation. And it makes me think now, when we have this virus attacking our breathing, how grateful we should be just to breathe and every breath is so precious, and those who are attacked by this virus fight for every breath. I remember as a child I had bad asthma, and I had to fight for every breath. I couldn't sleep, and I had to physically push every breath out and pull every breath in. And it was a struggle just to breathe all night long. Exhausting, pushing and pulling the breath. If I had to pay attention to make sure I kept up the effort, and I was just a child, and I assumed it was normal. Everyone sort of had some problem with breathing. I didn't. I got used to it, I guess, and it went away eventually. But now it makes me think of the Buddha's teaching about mindfulness of breathing, which is one of the Four Foundations of Mindfulness. And this is in the Satipatthana Sutta, which is the Foundations of Mindfulness. And then there's a specific sutta about it called the Anapanasati Sutta. And so the Satipatthana Sutta the discourse on the establishing of mindfulness. And mindfulness is the way that we can rest in natural great peace, this exhausted mind, which is access to nirvana. Experiencing nirvana, or having faith that there is such a thing as natural great peace, that nirvana is natural, it's not supernatural, it's not unnatural, it's our natural state, it's natural. It's the natural and inevitable result of the extinction of craving. So, in this Satipatthana Sutta, It starts off by describing the Four Foundations of Mindfulness. The Blessed One spoke as follows: "This is the only way, monks, for the purification of beings, for the overcoming of sorrow and lamentation, for the destruction of suffering and grief, for reaching the right path, for the attainment of nirvana, namely the four foundations of mindfulness." What are the four? One is the contemplation of the body, the first foundation of mindfulness. And the first part of the contemplation of the body is mindfulness of breathing. And how does a monk live contemplating the body in the body? Herein, monks, a monk having gone to the forest, to the foot of a tree, or to an empty place, sits down with his legs crossed, keeping his body erect and his mindfulness alert. Ever mindful he breathes in, mindful he breathes out. Breathing in a long breath, he knows, I am breathing in a long breath. Breathing out a long breath, he knows, I am breathing out a long breath. So it's just following the breath. And one technique I was taught was counting the breaths. Because if you lose count, then you know you're not following the breath. So breathing out, you could either start counting, breathing in or breathing out, and I always forget, but perhaps breathing out, count as one, and then breathing in. Then the next breathing out would be 2, and then to 10, and then when you get to 10, you start back at 1. And let me tell you, I spent days not getting to 10. And it just reveals how chaotic the mind is and driven by desire for, as thoughts arise, to follow the thought instead of following the breath. It's this craving for thinking these thoughts, this beaten helplessly by karma and neurotic thought. I mean, every single thought, your entire karma is behind it, and stopping it means stopping your entire karma, which is not gonna happen easily, but it can be exhausted. I think that's the secret here is, our discursive mind can be exhausted and it just eventually can fade away. I mean, through practice and then revealing the natural great peace. But it's not that it's bad or anything, it's just taking our attention. And we need to resume the natural great peace, the attention on that. But also for this virus and disease, the immune system we need to boost the immune system, everyone says, but stress is the one enemy of the immune system. And there are many YouTubes about this, that how the immune system interacts with the stress response, because stress releases cortisol, suppresses the immune system as a adaptation or survival response, because you don't want the immune system active if you're in survival mode. So reducing stress will greatly help the immune system. You don't want a super strong immune system, you want a balanced immune system. And reducing stress is the key to that. And this Buddha's teaching of mindfulness of breathing, I think, the one thing it definitely will do is reduce stress, and that will improve the immune system and help us to resist the attack of the virus. If it happens, our immune system will be ready. So may all beings have a healthy immune system and be freed from this virus.